you mentioned as some approaches that startups can take is one is the idea of dominating a niche, and the other idea is capitalizing on existing momentum. So I know, what a niche and what momentum is, but in the context of the work you would do with a company or just how a startup leader would think about their strategy, can you talk about those two different approaches and how they differ?
Absolutely. So this again comes back to making sure that we can deliver value to the people best equipped to see it and then deliver value back to us as a company. And so one of the things that we want to look at is the long-term growth and viability and the momentum of the market we're going into. So if we dominate a niche, we take a smaller group of people who have a very visceral need and we serve it so well that they evangelize our products. So they see a tremendous amount of value, speak very highly of it. Word of mouth spreads, we really are a valuable part of their lives. And so they will deliver value back to us as a company because they want the product and they care about it. And then the expansion from there beyond that niche is clearer because we know whose feedback to take to make this an invaluable product they can't live without, and how to expand the product roadmap from there, capitalizing on the amazing word of mouth evangelism that comes from a small group of people who had an unmet need that we felt better than anything they could have. That's one approach and it's great, and we would expand into larger markets from there and add product features that continue adding value to the initial market we segmented.
Mm-hmm. So, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, just to kind of check that I got it, that would be, for example, a very cliche startup example, but Uber beginning for just high-end black car rides and then becoming mass market for everybody.
Yes, exactly. They did something so well that people had to have it. And then that became the foundation of their product roadmap. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Great example.
Got it. So, okay, but I cut you off. So then the other idea of capitalizing on momentum, tell me about
Absolutely. So if we see a market that's growing, as either psychographically or demographically, that means that it's a large market that we can sustain and grow into. So typically that means that our early adopters would have more similarities to the mainstream market that we go into than they would if we chose to dominate a niche. Because going into a market that's shrinking, if we don't have some kind of really valuable must-have, is a hard way to sustain growth long-term. And typically there's some cap on it. If the demographic is shrinking, then we can't see the same kind of growth and we have a lower cap. And we haven't chosen an evangelistic group who absolutely needs a very specific solution we provide. So that would make sense to go into a product that appeals to more people in a market that's growing, and we know it'll sustain the growth over time.